Hello, beautiful people. I hope you're all doing well. I'm really sorry I didn't upload last week, you guys. I was kind of just not really in the right vibe to do a tarot reading, but today we are finding out what your most prominent psychic and intuitive abilities are. Most people tend to kind of have two or three that they are the most kind of tapped into. But you know, some people are, I guess, extraordinary and are, I guess, more tapped into more abilities. Yeah, so let's find out what yours are. Okay, so this is going to be pile 1, this is going to be pile 2, and this is going to be pile 3. So take your time, pause the video if you need to, and the timestamps will be down below. Okay, so hi pile 1, let's find out what your most prominent psychic and intuitive abilities are. Okay, so for you guys at my pile 1s, very interesting how when I was shuffling these tea leaf reading cards, we had the animal symbol coming out. Really kind of showing me here that something very interesting about you pile 1 is I feel you're not only clairsentient, empathic people here without a doubt. You probably have very open heart chakras to a point where I feel like my pile 1s maybe take on too many people's emotions, but I also specifically feel like my pile 1s are very tapped into animals. Some of you here can even, I want to say, you can communicate with animals or you can feel their emotions. This is very, very interesting. The polar bear mystic card coming out, having certain, I want to say, connotations to shamans and also psychic abilities here. Maybe some of you could have been shamans in a past life. I'm also hearing plant medicine, so maybe some of you have a certain gift with also tapping into plants and the energies of plants. Maybe it's communicating with them. Maybe you're the kinds of people that could be quite picky when you pick your fruits and vegetables, for example, in a shop. I also feel like with my pile 1, something extraordinary about you guys is your psychic abilities work so strongly here that sometimes when you pick up certain objects or certain things, you feel them, for example, in your hands. I feel like you may be able to paint a certain picture or story about this object or this thing, like you can decipher information about it just through picking it up, just through feeling the energy of it. I feel like some of you in this pile as well could also be claircognizant with the 7th chakra card coming out, representing that you are kind of receiving energy or information that comes from somewhere, probably from your spirit guides, from different realms, places. I want to say, even for my pile 1s, I feel like you have a lot of spirit guides, particularly animal spirit guides. And I feel like sometimes you guys may receive information very quickly that kind of comes into your head. But the thing about being claircognizant, as I'm sure some of you here already know, the information that comes into your head can sometimes leave just as quickly. So something you guys may be into or may want to get into is writing down what your insights are when you receive them. Very, very interesting. I also kind of get the vibe here. You have this ability, I feel, particularly when it comes to astral projection and astral traveling pile 1, where your soul or your spirit can go to different realms and different places and kind of see things that other people have maybe not just yet tapped into. This is very interesting, pile 1. Maybe some of you guys have seen aether creatures, things like that. I also kind of get the vibe here with my pile 1s with the deceit card coming out. I feel like you instinctively know when people have got good intentions and when they don't. I feel like you kind of pick up on a certain vibe about them. You have very strong gut feelings. Some of you here as well kind of know, I want to say, when something is going to happen as well. Like you could, for example, I want to say maybe wake up with this weird anxious feeling that something's gonna happen, like you don't exactly know what it is, and then you find out, for example, maybe something's going on with one of your loved ones. That's just one example. Very, very interesting. I feel like some of you here are just straight up human lie detectors. I feel like you have this strong ability to see the truth, pile one. To see the truth in people, in circumstances, in situations. I feel like when your gut is telling you that something's off, I feel like it kind of doesn't let up until you follow it, until you kind of acknowledge what your intuition is telling you here. I also feel that with the Dragonfly Magic card, I feel like a lot of you in this pile could actually make really gifted therapists and healers without a doubt, because you honestly really know how to tap into how people are feeling. I feel like you can also see the bigger picture when it comes to certain things. So for example, why people are a certain way that they are, maybe why they have certain traumas. I feel like you have this ability to maybe get to the bottom of things, to see the truth in situations, and I want to say to illuminate this truth for others, pile one. The South card coming out here as well, kind of linked to this energy of a child, but also very strongly linked to our own inner compass, our intuition, our feelings again. I feel like a lot of you in this pile could have been very sensitive children. For those of you that have maybe been empathic from a very young age, I want to say you could have been very, very sensitive to certain things in the world. Maybe some of you are the kinds of people that just can't watch the news, or you kind of can't bear to hear or to know about animals being hurt or the planet being hurt in some way. I feel like it just hits you and affects you differently. Very, very interesting. Also funny how we have the Queen of Cups coming out here, representing that empathic energy once again. Very, very interesting. I also kind of feel, like I said, pile one, I feel like a lot of you here are natural healers. For some of you as well, you can kind of feel people's physical ailments in their body. Maybe you can feel where people's emotions are in their body, because you'll kind of feel it in your own body. Very, very interesting. I also feel like a lot of you here, with the Two of Swords, maybe some of you can quite literally see spirits. At the very least, yeah, I want to say you guys can definitely sense spirits. You can kind of feel them. And I also kind of get the vibe here as well that with the Seven of Cups here, there is this energy of clairvoyance with you guys. So maybe some of you do resonate with this, that term of mediumship, or being able to see spirits, communicate with them. I definitely feel like, again, with my pile ones, it's not just people that have passed over. I feel like it's all different kinds of animals, plants even. Very, very interesting here. I also feel like for my pile ones, some of you could have prophetic dreams that tell the future, or that kind of allow you to see into maybe people's circumstances, into people, I want to say. Very interesting, pile one. And look how with the Strength card, we literally have this woman taming this lion. Definitely feel like a lot of you in this pile are animal empaths without a doubt. It could even be that you have a certain knack here for, why do I want to say animal regression, or maybe it's regression with people, like you're helping to rehabilitate them. Very, very interesting, because you're just so tapped in. Okay, so my pile ones, that is what I have for you. That are, I want to say, those are some of your more prominent psychic abilities there. Of course, there could be more. I could keep going. But that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope you have a beautiful week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, so hi pile 2, let's find out what your most prominent psychic and intuitive abilities are. Okay, so for my pile 2s, very straightforward here with you guys. This 6 chakra card coming out does make me feel like a lot of you in this pile are without a doubt clairvoyant. You have an ability here to see spirits, to communicate with spirits. You probably are mediums, I want to say, for a lot of you here naturally. I also feel like a lot of you here know what's going to happen in the future. There is this gift of prophecy that comes with you. I also feel like my pile 2 people may have prophetic dreams that tell the future. For example, you probably are gifted with an incredible sense of imagination here, pile 2 as well. I'm also getting that some of you could have seen spirits when you were a child, like it could be something that you was naturally born with here, and you kind of didn't lose this gift, even though everyone is, you know, born being psychic quite literally. I feel like you guys, it's almost like if you wanted to get away from this gift, you kind of can't, in a sense. What's very interesting about this indecision card coming out in reverse, also with the release and surrender, this makes me feel like you have an ability here, like I said, to help people pass over. If we look at this person at a crossroads, kind of making me feel like, do you want to stay here as a spirit? Do you want to go towards the light? You have this gift for helping people pass over. I also feel like for some of you here as well, with the hostilities card coming up, I feel like some of you have got, or maybe have resisted this gift that you have, maybe at certain points in your life, maybe it's now. But what's kind of interesting about this is, like I said, pile 2, I feel like there is no switching this off for you, because I feel like you're just very naturally kind of born with this gift of clairvoyance. I also kind of get the vibe here, some of you could be gifted at dealing with lower level spirits. It could be that you are, I want to say, confident and strong enough, bold enough to kind of face things that may scare other people, pile 2. This is very, very interesting. And I do also feel that this kind of gift that you have, where you're able to I want to say see this bigger picture, help people cross over. I feel like it does have something to do with pile 2, the fact that you are also clairsentient here. I feel like a lot of you are very, very tapped into the emotions of others. You feel the pains of others very strongly here. I feel like your compass is so strong, pile 2, that I want to say, if somebody feels like they are in need of your help, there is this very large hearted side to you where you feel like it's kind of your purpose maybe to help these souls, or to kind of do something about this. I feel like with my pile 2s as well, I also kind of feel that with the King of Swords coming out here, a lot of you could be I want to say you're either clairaudient or it's claircognizance here. That is also a strong psychic ability here for a lot of you, kind of representing this idea of thoughts, some kind of communication that is coming into your head that you are translating, you are picking up on here, and also channeling. I want to say, I feel like a lot of you in this pile are just naturally very gifted at channeling. Very, very interesting. Another kind of sign to help you, I want to say, understand whether you are claircognizant, for example. A lot of claircognizant people tend to receive information very quickly, but it kind of leaves it just as fast. There also tends to be this skepticism with claircognizant people where they may not believe things straight away. They kind of have this natural skepticism about things. There's also this kind of detective-like energy to claircognizant people where they need to know the truth. They have this ability to kind of just know the truth. And I feel like that is definitely the case with you guys, where you kind of know people in a way. You may know certain things about people. I want to say even with the rocks and standing stones, it could be places you go to. You kind of know a certain history about the place without logically hearing anything about it. You can just kind of pick up a vibe. It's very, very interesting. Pile 2. I also feel like some of you here have got very ancient, I want to say, spirit guides. You have a lot of spirit guides around you, which does tend to be the case with people that are more kind of inclined spiritually, right? Very interesting. I also get the vibe here with the circle card coming out. I want to say a lot of you in this pile could also be very gifted at manifestation. You could be natural witches or magicians even, because I feel like you're very tapped into elements as well. I want to say pile 2. For some of you it could specifically be earth as well, I'm picking up, but it doesn't have to be. It really could be any kind of element here. Very interesting. I also kind of get this vibe that with my pile 2s, I feel like you know where you need to go, or if you need to do something, or maybe if it's not a good idea for you to go somewhere, for example. I feel like you kind of get this vibe with indecision in reverse about what choices are best for you. I feel like you have really strong gut feelings here, pile 2. Very interesting. And I love how with this star on this card, we see how her third eye is literally illuminated here. I want to say with my pile 2s, I also feel like this is very random, but sometimes you may get visions, I want to say, of different times or maybe different eras. I feel like some of you here are, I want to say, extremely tapped into your past lives, because with this Emperor card coming out, and he looks like a Roman, right? Or maybe he's Greek, I don't know. But it does make me feel like you have a very strong connection to your past lives here as well, pile 2, and you kind of may know certain things about who you were in a past life, but I feel like you have this natural gift or knack of kind of knowing certain things about your soul. And so funny how we have the Death card coming out here as well, pile 2. I specifically feel like with the Death card as well, some of you are very connected to the Santa Muerte. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that, but it's just the kind of energy that comes through, because I do feel like a lot of you are natural mediums here, like I said, pile 2. Very, very interesting. We also see how with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands here, I feel like some of you can feel other people's physical ailments. I want to say, like, if they're very, very stressed, you may be able to feel it on your body. It could be an actual illness as well, like you're around somebody that's ill, or maybe you're talking to somebody on the phone that's ill, and all of a sudden you have this feeling in your throat like you want to cough, for example, because I feel like you pick up on their energies. Very, very interesting. So pile 2, that is what I have for you. I do hope that resonated. I hope you have a really beautiful week, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, so hi pile 3, let's find out what your most prominent psychic and intuitive abilities are here, to name a few. Okay, so for you guys, very, very interesting, but I feel like with the 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel card coming out, I feel like a lot of you in this pile definitely could have this gift of clairaudience. I feel like you can hear messages very, very clearly. I feel like for a lot of you here as well, music is something that is a big part of your life. I feel like you maybe can't go a whole day without listening to music. It kind of speaks to you in a way that it maybe doesn't touch some people on a level here, you guys. I also feel like with the 5th chakra card coming out, I want to say some of you here know what people are thinking. You can kind of pick up on what people are thinking, or maybe if somebody, for example, is talking about you, I feel like you kind of just get this vibe, you know, there is a certain gift of knowing with you guys as well. I definitely feel like out of all the piles, I want to say, with my pile 4s, I feel like you kind of have a different plethora of clairs here, I want to say, because so far I feel like there's a lot of clairaudient people. I also feel like there is this gift with the Angel of Love, and also with the man holding a heart, and look at this, you guys, we have the woman holding a heart in reverse. this energy is very strongly linked to the heart, to the emotions that people feel. I definitely feel like a lot of you here are clairsentient. You feel people's emotions very strongly. Maybe you feel animals' emotions, maybe it's the planet. Very, very interesting. I also kind of get this vibe with my pile threes with the broken heart in reverse. I feel like your energy is extremely healing to people. It's giving me a vibe here that a lot of you are very old and deep souls, and you kind of have this knowledge and this wisdom that seemingly just comes out of nowhere, I want to say. And it's like when you say certain things to people, it just creates these light bulb moments and it clicks and they're like, how did you know that? Or how did you know the right thing to say? It's very, very interesting, pile three. And also kind of funny how with the coyote reveal of truth, I feel like you guys are the kinds of people that catch people out in their lies. I feel like a lot of you here could also be claircognizant, or you could have these kinds of abilities to you. I want to say being able to see through the truth in all kinds of circumstances. It's like you feel when something is off here. You feel even when somebody is presenting a really nice and bright aura to you, for example, if it's genuinely off, if they're genuine or not. I feel like people cannot lie to my pile threes. What's also extremely interesting about your pile three, with the raccoon inventor card, this does make me feel like some of you have a gift of psychic smell. So for example, let's say if you are in a place where there are negative entities around, or maybe it's demons, something like that, you could smell rotting meat or something like that. Or maybe it's the smell of ammonia, which is something I actually learned from a comment that one of you guys left. But I feel like definitely some of you here have this gift of psychic smell. You can kind of perceive information about places and things through your sense of smell. This is very, very interesting. I also feel like with the this famous quote coming out from the tea leaf reading cards, this quote literally says, "There is something in the nature of tea that leads us into a world of quiet contemplation of life." I want to say for you guys as well, specifically if you go into deep meditations, I feel like you receive so many insights. You may have all kinds of different visions here as well. I also feel like your spirit may travel to different places when you are dreaming and sleeping. Some of you here could be gifted with the art of astral projection and astral travel. I also feel that with cornucopia coming out, and also this energy of winter representing when things start to die out and kind of get ready for this season of rebirth, which is spring, right? I want to say some of you here could be gifted with helping people pass over. You could also see spirits, you can feel them, you can sense them in some kind of way. You have this, I want to say, gift, pile three, when it comes to tapping into, why do I want to say, different realities or different realms and places. Very, very interesting. I feel like a lot of you in this pearl as well are just naturally very creative. I feel like you feel things extremely deeply in a way that other people may not kind of understand here, pile three. And I feel like it is that kind of clairsentience, right, coming out for you guys. I also see here for you guys what's very, very interesting with the devil card coming out in reverse. Why do I want to say that you could have this gift to deal with lower level spirits? Maybe some of you here could make gifted exorcists even, I want to go ahead and say. Definitely a lot of mediums in my pile three, I want to say. I also see here with the Alchemy of Tarot card coming out, I feel like a lot of you could be gifted at automatic writing. It feels like you channel information very quickly here, pile three, to a point where I want to say it's like it just comes out of you from somewhere and you kind of don't even know. I feel like you're very gifted channelers, pile three. I also want to say here, some of you may have visions from different times or different eras. Maybe let's say if you go somewhere and you can kind of gauge the history in the land or the property, whatever it is. I feel like you perceive psychic information, pile 3, in a lot of different ways here. I also want to say, I feel like with my pile 3s, some of you here, by the way, could have the deity Lilith. That is a spirit guide for you. It doesn't have to be, but I do kind of pick up on that for some of you. I feel like you kind of know when somebody is going through a rough patch, even when they are putting on their bravest face. I feel like you just kind of know certain things about people, pile 3. You kind of know maybe certain traumas that they have, certain things they've been through, without maybe being able to kind of fully explain it here. Again, making me feel like with my pile 3s, this healing energy, I want to say, maybe when it comes to people's psyche, for example, some of you could have this certain gift of being able to see into other people's psyche, and kind of, I want to say, have this intuitive awareness about what it is they need to heal. So pile 3, that is what I have for you. To name a few of your prominent psychic abilities, yeah, whether you have tapped into all of these or maybe you're still learning how to do that. I do hope that resonated either way, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.